Research advisory groups from Belfast City Youth Council and the 40th and 90th Belfast Scouts Group have been working with academics at Queen's University Belfast, University of Strathclyde and Ulster University to research children and young people's understandings and experiences of respect and disrespect. They designed surveys, focus groups and interviews in which the views of over 5,300 children and young people aged 10 to 18 were collected. In this short film, members of the Belfast City Youth Council Advisory Group draw on some of the stories of disrespect shared by children and young people in research. We identified parts of their stories where they used a lot of pronouns: I, me, my, you, she, her, he, him, they, them, and turned these into poems. The aim was to keep the person's original story and their exact words, but to piece together lines from it into a poem. We've used some of these in this short film. Others are available on our website.
I was sitting my GCSEs. I didn't feel like the SEN department respected my opinions. They communicated through my mom, who didn't know what I needed. They didn't respect my opinions on my own provisions and what I need to succeed. It made me so anxious for 2 years. I was sitting worrying about my provisions and on my exams. Autism services was very through my parents rather than myself. That does bother me. They didn't respect the opinions I have. It always goes to the parents instead. I was struggling all the time. If I know what my grades turn out to be, I know it's not because of my ability. It's because I'm not given the support I should have been given. I knew I was capable, and I was worried about not getting to that. In the end, I became okay with it. I'm sick of being anxious. I know it's not my fault.
Double standards. I don't have a lot of respect in school because I'm different. I don't really make it a point to hide who I am. There is no point. If I want to dress the way I do, then I will. I'll dye my hair because I like it. They say that they want diversity in school. Then the second someone's different, they get in trouble for that. She was wearing trousers, so why can't I? I've never seen that woman in a skirt. I think it's double standards. She's older and she's ahead of a year, and I'm a student. She has more power over me, over what I want to wear and look like.
It would always have to be his way. I have a friend younger than me and a boy. I grew up with him. I wasn't allowed near him. If I went near him, it turned into a whole argument. If I were going out, I'd always have to answer my phone. If I didn't, I was getting wrong constantly, and he always disrespected my mates. If I was going to his house, I had to stay really late, until the last bus, even though I got shouted at by my mum. If I tried to get the bus earlier, he would say, "You're just wanting to get on a bus to see if you can see anyone from up here." I felt really trapped. I wish he didn't do it to anyone else, and I hope he learns more respect for women. It was always his way or the late bus.
I was on the way to school. I was just walking. This man came up to me, asking if I was Indian. I said no, I'm Bengali. He said, "Oh, it's all the same. Why does it matter anyway? It's two different cultures, foods and languages. I find it weird. Coming from a stranger, it doesn't matter where I'm from." I thought it was disrespectful because it's two different cultures. I was just on the way to school.
Trying to fit in. I went to a grammar school, the only one from my whole primary class. They were like, "You think you're better than me?" I've fallen out with lots of friends, simply because I didn't go to the same school. It makes you feel like an outcast, like you don't belong. I was from an area, a community, trying to fit in with people who are more affluent. I found it hard making friends. I hated my time. I left after 15. They would ask stupid questions. What's it like living there? Is it all walls and stuff? It felt intrusive. I understand they were just curious. But I don't know. You were being profiled or judged. They weren't wanting to associate with you. Coming from this community, it's what I feel. It was prejudice against me.